What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very, very well. So in today's video, shock horror, no one has done this video ever before. I'm going to be testing out the Shane Dawson Jeffree Star collab. It's got to be done. I feel like it's my duty as like an online YouTube person to try this stuff out. So as you can see, I picked up the main conspiracy palette and I also picked up the mini controversy palette. Controversy? I don't think I've ever actually said it like that. Controversy. Either way. This one. I also picked up 3 of the liquid lips. I was going to originally get the bundle because I thought that'd be easier to actually like buy from the website because, oh my God, buying these things was a nightmare. If you know, you know. So yeah, I was originally going to get like the entire bundle. That one sold out and I thought I don't really want all the liquid lipsticks, but I do want to try out a few of the different shades. So, I mean, long story short, I basically picked up 3 instead of all 6. So that was a bit of a boring story. But the shades I picked up are You Filming, Oh My God, and then of course Shane. And then in my panic of like buying everything, literally just trying to get my hands on like whatever I could, I ended up with one of the mirrors as well. I don't need a mirror. I've literally got like so many of these little handheld mirrors dotted about, but I don't have one in the shape of a pig. So yeah, I spent £25 on a pig mirror. This better be the greatest pig mirror I've ever seen. Okay, bigger than I thought it would be. That's what she said. Yeah, I like it. Is it worth 25 quid? I mean, it's a mirror. I got like one of my handheld ones for like £1. They do the same job, but it's in the shape of a pig. And I quite like that. So worth 25 quid? No. But I mean, I could return it, but I'm not gonna. Because I like it. All right, so basically in today's video, I'm gonna obviously be testing out like all the different liquid lips and everything. Gonna be doing some eye looks. My plan is, I don't know how many eye looks I'm gonna do. I basically just wanna make sure that I use every single shade from the original palette, the conspiracy palette, and the controversy palette. So I don't know how many eye looks that's gonna be, but I mean, it's gonna be a lot. Pray for my eyeballs. One like, one prayer. So first of all, before we get into anything, we should probably have a look at the actual palette. So this is what it looks like. The palette costs £48, the conspiracy one. I've got to say, I think this is a little bit cheap. I know it doesn't matter. I'm actually not bothered, but I don't know. I feel like this packaging could have been a lot nicer because if you did want to keep it in the box, it would just get wrecked very, very quickly. Okay, let's open this up. It's quite tight. And again, that's also what she said. I've got to say, because I watched like the whole like documentary and everything, I'm so glad they didn't do the other designs of the palette, and I'm so glad they went for this one because this is so much nicer. So just like a lot of Jeffree's other palettes, we have the clasps here. Okay, it actually looks better in person. I wasn't not excited about this palette, but I was more excited for Blue Blood, like, let's be honest. But it does actually look nicer in person. Like, I'm still not like, okay, I'm not looking at this thinking it's going to be my new favorite palette, but I am more excited about it now that I've actually seen it. So as you can see, you got 18 different eyeshadows, some mattes, some shimmers. They've got all these really cool little like designs on the top of them, which I really like. I thoroughly enjoy that. Nice mirror. I mean, you guys have seen this all over the internet already, I'm sure. You know what this palette looks like. You just want to know what it does. So I think what I'm going to do is just go through every single shade and do a little bit of a finger swatch. Obviously, I am going to be putting them on my eyes as well. All right, so first of all, I'm going to go in with Ranch. Very smooth. Looks very nice. Then have My Pills. Okay. Tanacon, which is like a really stunning, very, very neutral brown. Diet Root Beer. Now, I asked you guys on Instagram to like ask me questions about the palette if there's anything in particular you wanted to know. And I got a lot of people asking if it was suitable for like deeper skin tones. I feel like these 2 shades will pop. Maybe not this one actually, but it could work as a base to kind of brighten everything. This I feel like might disappear on a lot of skin tones. This could work for like medium to tan skin tones. I'm not sure how it will appear on like deeper skin tones, but I do feel like looking at it and just kind of like knowing the quality of Jeffree's eyeshadows, they usually do pack a punch. So a lot of the lighter shades will still show up on deeper skin tones. So like that's my kind of like thought behind it. But obviously go and check out like someone with a similar skin tone to you who's done like a review on this to get like a full honest opinion. But to me, looking at it, I feel like apart from maybe 1 or 2 shades, I can see them all kind of working. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do some swatches here. So that was Ranch. That is intense. That looks nice enough. We have whatever this was, Tanacon. See, like, even on me, like, I love that kind of shade, but that does just, like, blend out into my tan. And then this shade here called Diet Root Beer. Looks okay. I'm not, like, thrilled by it. Just going to wipe my finger on my sock here. Then I'm going to take Just a Theory and also Spiraling. They all feel really, really nice. So we'll do Just a Theory. And then this guy here. It's got a little bit of kickback. Oh, wait, guys, I completely forgot. I've finally set up my second camera so I can show you guys everything on macro. I'm going to show you guys how these swatches look close up. Wait for it, wait for it. That's me. Hiya, you can probably see way more than you wanted to of me here. But yeah, now I can like show you guys how everything actually looks close up. So let's do these swatches. All right, so you can see those are the shades up close. A little bit of kickback on this one, so I did have to blend it a bit more. And like these aren't looking as like buttery as maybe some of the shadows do. So now I'm going to go into Conspiracy Pigment. I like that one. It's got a nice little pig. Food videos. Pigment and food videos. I mean, pigment doesn't look that pigmented, and food videos, I was expecting a little bit more. I think that's fair to say. Let's go in with Tricia. Okay, Tricia looks good. I'm going to work my way along here. That is freaking nice. Okay, then Pigment. Okay, it looks a lot more intense than it did on my finger. Then this one, Food Videos. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's not the best. And then Tricia. Again, a little bit of kickback there. But very nice. I'm now going to take some Cheese Dust. Looks pretty good. And Flaming Hot. Again, I was kind of expecting a little bit more from that. So again, like those are the shades from the second row here. That is so nice. These two are a little bit disappointing. Like this one is better than this one here, Food Videos. But still, maybe not like, I'm not fully impressed by this. And then Tricia's there with a little bit of kickback, but still looking great. And then here we have Cheese Dust and Flaming Hot. Yeah, I don't know. Flaming Hot just seems a little bit not that hot to me. It's kind of like medium hot or flaming warm. So now I'm going to go in with What's the Tea? Diet Cola. All the shimmers feel so, so nice. Not a Fact and Sleep Paralysis. These look like some really nice autumn winter tones. Okay, I'm going to put What's the Tea there. All right, so let me just show you guys these swatches on that camera. All right, so these are all the shades on the bottom row. I think this is probably one of the best rows so far. Like, oh, hi. This one here, it's very kind of like springish almost. It looks good. It just doesn't look as poppin' as these shades here. You know what? I'm actually getting more and more excited about this palette as I kind of look into it. I won't lie to you guys. The general color placement confused me a little bit. I wasn't like really angry about it. I wasn't that bothered. But I don't know, again, like Blue Blood, for example. The whole like composition of that palette made a lot more sense in my head. But now after swatching everything, I'm kind of just looking at everything like everyday, pops of color, autumn, winter, smoky. I feel like it actually makes a lot more sense than I thought it did. All right, so that's all the shades from the Conspiracy palette. Then we'll move on to the Mini Controversy palette. So again, I really, really like the packaging with this. Flip it open. It's got 9 shades there. 1, 2, 3. Looks like 3 of them are shimmers, 6 of them are mattes. Diet Root Beer does appear again, like from the other palette, which like, I don't know, I feel like you could have maybe made like another shade or something. I don't know, I feel like they could have just maybe just put a different shade in there, like that green color. If you've watched the documentary, you'll know the green that I mean. That was actually like the best color in the palette. And they just took it out, so a bit sad about that. But other than that, I think this palette looks really, really nice. But yeah, I don't know, I wasn't as excited about this palette as I was the bigger one. I just kind of got it because I felt like I should. But anyway, let's give this a swatch. So I'm going to go in with Flat Earth first, then Cry on My Couch, and then My Boyfriend's Purse. I've got to say, I do thoroughly enjoy the names of these eyeshadows. So I've got that one there, whatever that one was, Flat Earth. Does look better than I thought it would. Then this one, which was Cry on My Couch. It's a bit boring. I felt they could have maybe like, I get it, like you want something to set your lid down with. But when you're making a palette like that, I don't know, I just feel like it's just, could have been more, could have been so much more. Anyway, we then have My Boyfriend's Purse, which I like a lot. I like that shade a lot. It's very, very intense. Good, like, inner corner shade. Now I'm going to go in with Controversy. I'll get that right one day. And then Diet Root Beer again. And then My Apology. Okay, so again, like, these three shades work pretty well together. Whatever that one was. Controversy. Maybe a little bit more chalky than I would have loved. Diet Root Beer. Same as the one before. And then this one here, which was My Apology. Like, stupidly intense and foiled, so that's a good one. And then last but not least, we have Exposed, Cancelled, and The Simulation. These blues look great. That's all right. Again, not sure how it will kind of show up on deeper skin tones, but it does look nice. Then we have Cancelled, which looks so great. I thought that was going to be a blue very, very similar to a lot of other blues we now see. But that actually looks a bit more like neon. And I'm really kind of here for it. And then we have this one here, which was a Simulation. Which again, stunning. I need to wash my hands. All right, so those are all the shades from the Mini Controversy palette. And I actually feel like they work really, really nicely together. I like this little situation going on here. These two shimmer shades are nice. I'm just a bit kind of bored with this shade. I don't know how it will show up on deeper skin tones. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like when you've got 9 shades to play with, a lot of people have a loose powder or some kind of like base shades. Feel like they could have gone a little bit more wild with this. But other than that, the swatches all look really, really good. So now let's very quickly do some swatches of the liquid lipstick. So like I said, I got Are You Filming, which is the matte red. I got Oh My God, which was like the baby pink matte. And then I got Shane, which is like the kind of, I don't know how you'd explain it. It's just kind of like a brown, metallic, grey shade. I don't know if these smell or anything. Oh, it does. This one smells like root beer. And I mean, I'm just going to swatch them here. I'm going to do them on my lips again in a minute. That's the shade Shane. I'm not usually one for a metallic lip, but I feel like that's actually not that unwearable. So then we have Are You Filming, which is a neon red. This just looks like a really nice classic red to me, so I thought it would be a good one to pick up. Okay, whoa, yeah, that is so intense, and I love it. And then we have Oh My God, which was the baby pink. I don't know how this is going to look on me. I really have no idea, but I wanted to try it. Okay. That's so pale. That's like proper like Barbie pink. So yeah, that's the 3 liquid lips there. Shane, Are You Filming, and Oh My God. All right, guys, so that's it for all the swatches and everything like that. So I'm just going to go ahead, clean myself up, and then we'll start with the eye looks. Like I said, I have no idea how many I'm going to do. We're just going to keep going until I've done every single shade. So let's get into this. All right, guys, let's do this. So I think what I'm going to do is create the first look using the top row to do like an everyday kind of look. Then I think I'm going to do a big pop of color one, then something a bit smoky, and then something maybe like really warm toned or something. So that's my plan for this palette. So as you might be able to see, by the way, look how cool this freaking macro lens is. As you might be able to see, I have already primed my eye just with like the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which is one that I really, really like. So first of all, I'm going to be going in with this shade here called My Pills. And I'm going to use that to set down my base and just blend that out up to my brow bone a little bit. Okay, just a little heads up, by the way. There is a fair little bit of kickback on that one. So now using a fluffy brush, I'm going to go in with the shade Tanacon, which is that kind of like, okay, wow, there's a lot of kickback there. Okay, let me go to my friend here. So I literally just went bop, 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 bop. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's just like, that's a lot. That is a lot. Let me just use my little pig mirror to get up nice and close. So I'm just going to run that in my crease. That's nice. It's just a very kind of like everyday shade that I would just chuck in my crease. Then using the same brush, I'm going to go in with Diet Root Beer. And I'm going to place that on the outer corner and just keep tapping that on. Yeah, I'd say that's looking pretty decent. It's not like the most exciting eye look in the world so far, but it's a good little everyday. So now I'm just gonna take a little bit of ranch on a liner brush and just put that right on the inner corner. Okay, there's quite a little bit of fallout there. Blend that away. I'm gonna pop a little bit on my brow as well. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. So now I'm gonna take some of Just a Theory, which actually doesn't seem to have any kickback at all, which is good. And I'm gonna start by pressing that on to the inner corner of my lid. Not much really happened. Let's try again. Like, you can see it a bit, but let me try it with my finger, because it swatches really nicely on the finger. Okay, yeah, that's better. But, I mean, I've said it before, I would prefer to not have to use my finger. That, again, is like, that's probably what she said. I mean, I'm sure it would work even better on a more wet base. Maybe I'll try that out in a second. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have tried like similar colors that came off a lot more than that. So now let's go and try out some spiraling. That's more of what I was expecting. So I'm just gonna plonk that on the outer corner, like the outer half, and just kind of work that into my crease as well for a minute. I'm not gonna worry about blending it out too much just yet. Teeny tiny little bit of fallout, but nothing too major. So I'm just gonna start by blending that into the crease and then build that up on the outer corner again. I mean, again, it could be more metallic. Let's try the old finger method. Yeah, look at the difference there. There really is quite a lot of fallout with this one as well. If I just give you guys a little close up there, you can just see a bit of the fallout. Like, I can probably dust that away, but I don't know, that didn't happen. You know what, that'll do for now. And now I'm just gonna go back in with that fluffy brush that I used before and just blend all of that in together. I'm just gonna go on my lower lash line as well. Just smoke out whatever's kind of like left on my brush. Ooh, what is this little situation going on here? Can you see that? You're like, what the hell is this here? It's just kind of like whenever I blend anything together, everything just kind of loses pigment a bit. Like, I mean, I feel like I fixed it, but that was a bit more of a faff than I'm used to just for doing like a kind of cool tone smoky eye. I mean, it could be worse, but also it could be a lot better. All right, so now I'm just gonna quickly chuck on some mascara. I'm just using this one from L'Oreal. All right, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like the way that this eye makeup looks right now looks like I've had it on all night and I've come back from a long night out and it's like, it stayed on all right. You get the idea of what's going on, but I'm not in love with that top row. Like, so that's just it with some mascara. And I feel like it's okay, but not £48 for a palette, okay? You know? So now I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and put on the Shane liquid lipstick because I feel like maybe that could be a bit of a look. Okay, this looks maybe a little bit more sheer. Like, I do really like the color and I like the general vibe it like gives this look, but it's just like not sticking to the center of my lip. This little bit of my lip here, I keep going over it and it just doesn't want to stick. Like, you can just see like the pink of my lips there. You can just see. It's just not fully opaque. But like, I do like how it looks with this eye look. I feel like maybe I would just want to put like something else underneath, maybe like a dark brown lipstick or something, or like a dark brown liner, and then this over the top to make it like actually opaque. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about that right now. It's not what I was expecting. I'm just waiting for all like the mean comments to flood in. All right, so now I think to go with this lip, I'm gonna try and do some kind of like dark smoky situation, maybe with like the bottom row or something. And I'm actually not gonna set it down this time, like not like I did before. I think first of all, I'm gonna take Not a Fact and just start pressing that into my crease. Definitely seems to stick a lot better like that. And then I'm just gonna start by slowly buffing that in. Just like that. I like that. That looks nice, that's a good color. So then I wasn't actually really planning on going in with this just yet, but I'm gonna go in with Pigment, which is the little piggy. A lot of kickback on that one as well. And I'm just gonna start blending that in. I think I'm gonna take my Rides here, which is the black. I'm just gonna pack that on and pray that it doesn't give me too much fallout. Okay, there's some, but not as much as I was maybe thinking there's gonna be. Wonder if I can like blow that away. Yeah, actually kind of worked. All right, so now I wanna take, I think I'm gonna use Sleep Paralysis, like the silvery gray color. And I'm gonna slap that all over the center of my lid. And just kind of overlap that black a little bit because I can always go back in with that same brush with the black just to blend it all in together. Now let's take a little bit of Diet Cola, which is that silver, and I'm going to load that on the inner corner. Oh, yes. Yes. And then again, just going to kind of blend all of that together. Then I'm going to take a little bit more of Not a Fact, which was in my crease, and run that on my lower lash line. I really like this colour. It's a good colour. Yeah, just really kind of like smoke that out. And then back in with that brush with the pink on it. And I feel like, apart from the fallout, I felt that's a pretty good eye look. I mean, now I know that there is quite a lot of fallout with this palette. I'll know to like not do my base makeup first. I'd obviously prefer it if there wasn't any fallout. That is like a slight downfall. But I do also know that a lot of people do their eyes first before they do their base. So I know it won't like affect everyone. But yeah, I feel like in terms of the colours, in terms of how they like blended together and everything, I felt that was very easy. That was actually a lot easier than this eye here. All right, guys, so that's it for the first two eye looks. I'm going to do a couple of little close-ups, show you guys how they look with the lips and everything. So let me know your favourite out of the two. Do you like this kind of like neutral side? Do you like a little bit more of like a pop of colour, a little bit more of like an alien vibe? Let me know. So far, the palette is all right. I'm not sold on it just yet. So yeah, be right back. I'm going to go ahead and take all this stuff off and then we'll try out some more colours. All right, guys, I'm just like cleaning off my eye makeup and everything. Just a heads up, pinky shade stain. I think we're pretty safe with this eye. Like I haven't got it all off yet. But yeah, like the Not a Fact and maybe pigment, they stain a bit. I've been scrubbing my eyes for a little while now. I'll be able to cover it up. I'll cover it up with concealer and everything, but they do stain. All right, guys, so this is the part of the video where everything starts to look a little bit crazy. I've had to like reapply things, put like concealer over powder. It's going to be a hot mess when I do some close-ups on that camera. Just be warned. But as you can see, I have managed to cover up a lot of the staining from this eye. You can still see it a bit though. You can still see like a little bit of pinkiness. So I'm going to start by putting What's the Tea right in my crease. I'm just going to pack all of that in. So again, just using a wet base right now. Okay, that actually shows up a bit more than I thought it would. It's definitely a bit different to like every other palette on the market right now. Oh, I quite like it. It's reminding me of like my youth, like the 90s when I had like Dream Matte Mousse all over my lips and just like blue on my eye. Good times. All right, so now I just have a really big urge to shove food videos onto my inner corner. So that's what I'm gonna do. Praying this is as neon as I want it to be. I mean, I like it, but I expect it to be a little bit brighter. But I do really like it with that blue. You know what? I'm actually fully just changing my mind on what I'm going to do here, to be honest. I think I'm actually going to go in with Conspiracy. And I want to just plonk that on the inner corner as well. What should I take now? I think I'm going to take some Tricia. And I'm going to focus that on the outer corner. That looks pretty good. This is a wacky colour combination here, but I'm just rolling with it. So I don't know if you guys can see here, but I've just kind of like packed that Tricia shade into my crease as well. And it's created like a bit of a purple between the blue and the pink. So I'm going to take some more of What's the Tea and just lightly go over that again. Just flick it out a touch. Oh, okay, I actually quite like that. It's a little bit different, a little kind of like pastel-y for me, but I'm kind of into it. I think now I'm actually going to take a bit of pigment on the same brush that I was using with Tricia, just because I like having a little bit of Tricia on the brush. And I'm going to run that just on my lower lash line. Okay, so now for this look, I'm actually going to try a little bit of Oh My God. This one also smells like root beer. Okay, a bit nervous about this. I'm about to look like an absolute maniac, okay? Wow, that is lighter than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Very pigmented, very opaque. Okay, so I'm probably never going to wear this colour ever again in my entire life. I've worn some pale lips before in my time, but this is something else. Yeah, I mean, I really did think this is going to be a little bit more wearable. But I'm probably never going to wear this ever again. Such a bit of a joke at this point. Let me just show you guys how it looks in the second camera, just on the lips. Because it's more opaque than I thought, but it's still not fully opaque. I'll just show you guys now. Right, if I press my lips together, you can just see it's not like fully opaque, which I would obviously prefer. I mean, I don't like the colour. So I'm probably not the best like judge right now. Like I said, it's better than I thought it was going to be, but I'm not sold. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to take this off for a minute if you don't mind. All right, so now let's try and do a little something else. So the only shades I have left are, I think it's just these three here. I'm going to figure something out. So what I'm going to do is just go straight in with cheese dust. And yeah, I'm just going to whack that in the crease. That again doesn't look as bright as I thought it would be, which is nice. I don't normally like oranges that much. This is actually quite a nice like neutral orange. So you can see that's the shade cheese dust there. All right, so now I'm going to go in with Flamin' Hot. It's not too much kickback with this one actually. Looks very pigmented though. Okay. I was maybe expecting a little bit more. It's building up, and it's not building up weirdly, it's building up fine. But I don't want a bright red eyeshadow that takes like 5 applications just to be bright red. Basically just patting that in there. I wonder if I could maybe even get away with putting some of that shimmery green on my lower lash line. Should I just try it? Why not? My video, I do what I want. And I'm not going to smoke it up just yet, but I am going to start to run that on my lower lash line. Okay, this looks good. There's a lot more payoff there than I thought there would be. I mean, I do want some of my rides here, the black, on the outer corner a bit, just to give it something. Just kind of like do a really smoky wing out. And then just tap all of that in, just so it deepens it a bit. Yeah, like that a little bit. That'll do. And then just going to take more Flamin' Hot and pop that over my lid. Clean up that wing a bit. Needs to do a little bit more blending, but I feel like that's all right. So that's that eye there. Again, try and ignore the fallout a little bit if you can. It just is what it is, really. Just something a little bit more grungy. I don't love it. I'm going to be honest and say that I am a little bit disappointed with the orange and red. I feel like they could be a bit more intense. Let's do a little bit of ranch on the inner corner as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the liquid lipstick in the shade Are You Filming? Like I said, I don't know if this will work, but I just want to see what it's like anyway. That is a proper neon red. Let's do a little close up so you can see how it looks on the lips. Look at all that fallout. Okay, I feel like this is definitely one of the better liquid lip colours, like a lot more wearable for a lot of people. So like I did with the first 2 eye looks, I'm just going to insert a few little cutaways of like the pastely pink side and then also the more like grungy side, just so you guys can kind of see the difference there. Let me know which one you prefer. All right, guys, so that is it for the Conspiracy palette. Now it's time to move on to the Mini Controversy palette. I'm going to take this stuff off. I'm going to try and sort out this fallout situation, and then hopefully we'll do 2 more eye looks, and then we're done. And then I can give my eyes a break. Right, okay, be right back. All right, guys, so I'm back looking a little bit different to how I was a few minutes ago. Obviously taken off pretty much all of my makeup, left my brows on a bit. You can see there is still some staining on my eyes. Obviously took out my contacts as well. So because I was getting so much fallout and I looked back on the macro shots and oh my God, you can see everything. Noted. Note to self, you can see literally everything. So yeah, I thought I would just take off my base and then we can do the Mini Controversy palettes, like eyes first and then do the base after, just so it looks a lot more clean. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop some concealer all over my lids. All right, so now I'll move on to the Mini Controversy palette. So I think I'm gonna be able to do 2 eye looks with this palette. I think basically what I'm gonna do is do a blue look, obviously, and then just do a purple look. And then my poor eyes can take a little break. So first of all, I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Exposed. Okay, a lot of kickback there. And I'm going to pop that in the crease of my eye. Oh, okay, that just shows up a lot better than I thought it would. Obviously, it's not like a super intense in-your-face colour, but you can still see it for sure. So now I'm going to take the shade Controversy, which is like the bright purple. And I'm going to stamp that on the outer corner. That looks pretty. By the way, excuse my crazy ass eyebrows. Don't worry, I'll sort that out in a minute. I'm just going to start blending that. I'm just packing that on a little bit more. And just blending that ever so slightly in my crease. Looks kind of patchy. Going to go back in with a bit of Exposed. They're nice together. I'm going to take a bit more Exposed and start to put that on the inner corner. And kind of like blend that into the outer corner a bit. Just to get like a bit of a gradient going. That looks all right. That is nice. I don't know, I was just expecting so much more. Let me then try Flat Earth, which is like the bluey lilac-y shade. And I'll pop that on the inner corner instead. And I'm packing it on. A little bit of a cut crease situation. Maybe. Oh, dude, I don't know. Okay, it's blending a bit better now. I feel like we're getting a bit of a balance. Okay, I actually do like how that looks on my lid. I'm now going to take some more Diet Root Beer. I know I've tried this colour already, but not from this palette. So I'm going to smoke up my lower lash line with that. I feel like this purple is making my eyes look almost like hazily, and I'm kind of digging it. Tap and blend all of that. And then let's have a look at my boyfriend's purse. Take a touch of that on the inner corner. And then also just a teensy bit on my brow bone. All right, so that's that eye for a minute. Obviously, I will clean everything up and everything in a second once I've done my base. So what colors have I got left? I've got the two blues. I've got My Apology and Cry on My Couch. So I think I'm going to take Cry on My Couch and start with that on the inner corner, see if it's very brightening or not. I feel like this will just kind of like blend into my skin tone a bit here. Yeah, this is just like a good shade for blanking everything out. Like I said though, I feel like they could have gone a little bit more crazy with this palette instead of just chucking in like a standard lid shade. But it is a good lid shade. It has like fully blanked everything out. So I think I'm actually going to take some Flat Earth on a fluffy brush and blend that in the crease. I'm not expecting it to be that intense because obviously I have powdered the lid down. So that's a shade Flat Earth just on like a powdered down base. As you can see, it's not as intense as it maybe looked on the inner corner. It's not an intense shade again, but it definitely does look a lot more intense on a wet base. I'm now going to take Cancelled on a flat brush. This is the colour that's got me like really excited, but you all knew that already. So I'm just going to do a swipe. That looks great. That looks really great actually. And I'm going to just slap that on my lid. I feel like I actually want some of that in my crease, so I am actually going to blend a little bit of that in my crease, I think. Oh, as we start blending, the colour kind of fades a bit. So slap it on, no worries. And then we want to blend in this shade. So I'm just lightly going in there. Yeah, it's just blending out a bit. Yeah, the blue doesn't seem to like to blend very much. I'm now actually going to take some of the Simulation, which is the blue shimmer. And I'm going to load that up on the edge corner. See what we can do with that. Like, literally, look. I'm taking the Simulation on my brush. I'm patting it on. And it's just taking away everything that's already on my lid. Like, what is happening here? What? Okay. I'm actually going to try a bit of My Apology instead. See if that'll kind of like warm it up and just do something, basically. It's like the pigment just doesn't want to stick to anything powdered down. Like at this point, I'm literally just like slapping my eyelid with eyeshadow in hopes that something happens. And I'm just going to clean that up in a minute. Like, look at that. I know obviously like ignore this bit because I was just slapping it on. But none of the colour is like sticking to my lids. I'm literally trying my hardest to pack colour on. And it's just not having it. Oh, screw that, man. I'm taking that off and I'm doing something else. My poor eyes are like, please stop putting stuff on us. All right, so you know what? I'm actually not going to set my lid down. I'm not going to use that like cream shade on my lid. Instead, I'm going straight in with Cancelled and just patting that in the crease. Okay, that's better. Thank for. I mean, it's a bit annoying that you have to kind of like use a wet base because I don't always like to do that. But that is better, thank God. Then just going to take a bit of Flat Earth again just to help me blend out the edges there. Okay, now I'm going to take some more of the Simulation, which is the blue shimmer. Okay, that's better. Yeah, so it looks like you do need a wet base for some of these shadows. You know what I might even do? I might slap that all over the lids. Bear with me here. Which, to be honest, works quite nicely. Then I'm going to take My Apology deep in the outer corner of that so it goes a bit more purple. See where I'm going with this? You see where I'm going with it? And then just blend that out. I mean, to be honest, that My Apology shade barely showed up, so I might just use that on my lower lash line. Just going to wing all of this out because I will clean that up in a second. I mean, I quite like it. It's quite simple though because it is just literally blue, but it'll do. I'm just really not like that excited by any of this. All right, so there are the two blue shades together with obviously a little bit of that lighter bluey lilac shade just in the crease there. Obviously needs a ton of cleanup. And I am also going to put that purple shade on my lower lash line. It's okay. It just has so much fallout. Right, guys, I already know this video is super long already. So I'm going to go ahead and do my base off camera, do like mascara, all that good stuff. Put a little bit of whatever on my lower lash line. Highlight, you know the drill. And then I'll show you guys the two finished eye looks. All right, guys. Last two eye looks done. Yeah, basically I put the shade My Apology on my lower lash line on this side. I put My Boyfriend's Purse on my inner corner on both sides. And then on this lower lash line here, I just put a little bit more of Controversy. And then as you can see, just to finish off the whole look, I was going to do a nude and I thought, you know what, screw it. Like, we've gone through a whole load of different eye looks today. So let's add this into the mix. Obviously, I'm wearing Shane now. I'm wearing Shane? That sounds a bit wrong. So, all right, I know this video has already gone on for so long. Let's do a little rundown. I like this palette. I do. But I just wish that they worked over like powdered shadows as well, because sometimes I like to powder down my base. These don't seem to work very well unless you do have a wet base. I feel like when you do a wet base, you really have to kind of like commit to an eye look. You can't just chuck something in the crease or whatever. The fallout in both of these palettes is insane. So like, I'm constantly like blowing away the pigment, everything. And I don't know, I feel like the only like interesting shades in this palette that maybe we haven't seen too much anywhere else are like these two here. And even then, they're not that pigmented. Like the stars of the show for this palette are like the bright colors. These, I feel like they look a little bit more interesting, but they just don't look as good on the eyes. But I don't know, if I feel like I did just have like free reign and wasn't trying to use every single color in the palette, I could have created like much nicer eye looks, which I'm sure I definitely will soon. Let me know if you want like more videos on me doing different eye looks for this, because I can definitely do that. But yeah, it's not a bad palette. It's not bad in any way. I just think for, how much is it again? £48, nearly £50. Most of us have these shades. Let's face it, most of us have a black. And to be honest, most of us probably have like an orange and red now because warm tone palettes were so popular before. So I don't know, I feel like, again, the only colors that kind of stick out for me in this palette is this shade, Food Videos, maybe Tricia, and Illuminati. And then maybe Diet Cola. I mean, like the real question is, I guess, is like, if I was to buy this again, or I don't know, say if like this got stolen, would I buy it again? I really don't think I would. Honestly, like if it wasn't for all the hype and if it wasn't for the fact that like, you know, I had plans to do a video on this because I knew you guys would want to see it, I probably wouldn't be bothered by it. And I feel like I'm going to be seriously in the minority here, but I don't dislike it. I'm just not like looking at this palette the same way that I did like the Alien palette or the Blue Blood palette. I'm happy for Shane. I'm happy for Jeffree. So many people are going to love this. So many people already do love it, I'm sure. But yeah, this isn't my favorite that he's brought out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's all I've got to say, really. That's kind of it. All right, guys, so those are my thoughts on the Shane Dawson Jeffree Star collab. Let me know your opinion in the comment section down below. Let me know if you managed to get hold of anything from the collection. If you've tried it, do you like it? Do you agree with what I've said? Do you disagree? Let's have a little discussion. Let me know which eye look was your favorite in the comment section down below. I'll quickly put them on screen again now. Was it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you do want to see more of me, because I upload all the damn time. And also because I'm pretty sure I've done like permanent damage to my eyelids, taking it on, off, but that's fine. Sometimes we've got to make sacrifices. But apart from that, that is it from me. I love you guys. I'm now going to go and put like a cold compress on my eyeballs or something, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Don't hate me because I didn't like it. Sorry.